Okay, beginning on page 100 and 101, you can see what the visual overview will be for this next unit, which will cover image maps and external links. So let's get started working with linked images and image maps. Inline images can be marked as hyperlinks using the same techniques employed in the last session. For example, the standard practice on the web is to turn a website's logo into a hyperlink pointing to the home page. This gives users quick access to the home page rather than spending time searching for a link. To mark an inline image as a hyperlink, you enclose the image tag with a set of A tags, just like is shown there. Once the image has been marked as hypertext, clicking anywhere within the image jumps the user to the linked file. The target of the link need not be a web page. It can also be another image file. This is commonly done for thumbnail images that are small representations of larger image files. Jerry has done this for his image of the photo of the month. The image on the site's homepage is a thumbnail of the larger photo. Jerry wants users to be able to view the larger file by clicking the thumbnail. He'll turn the photo of the month image into a hyperlink pointing to the larger image file. That's what we're going to do right now. And there's a tip there. Some of you have asked this question about alternate text. Always include alternate text for your linked images to allow non-graphical browsers to display a text link in place of the linked image in case it doesn't show up. So I've got the home.html file going in my text editor. I'm going to scroll down to the image element for the photo of the month. Here's the photo of the month, and here's the image. Okay, and I'm going to add to it. So, okay, so it's under figure is ahref. Space over here. This is going to be a link. Equals quotes rainbow underscore lg.png quotes greater than sign. Okay, and then there's the photo, and then right below that we are going to close that link, close the A tag. Okay, and I'm going to save it. Control S, and then we're going to reload it in the web browser. Okay, and this is the photo of the month, and now when I point at it, I get the hand indicating it's a hyperlink, and when I click it, it links us to the larger picture. So when I click back, it takes me back to the home page. Alright, so removing image borders, page 103. By default, web browsers underline hypertext links. If an image is linked, browsers usually display the image with a colored border. To remove the border, you can add the following style attribute to the image link. Okay, border width is 0 pixels. This attribute sets the width of the border to 0 pixels, effectively removing it from the rendered web page. You can also set the border width to 0 by using the following attribute, just border 0. Note that the border attribute is not supported in HTML5, but you will still see it used in many websites. Despite the fact that many browsers still support the use of the border attribute, you should not use it, relying instead on either the style attribute or styles set within an external style sheet. So, introducing image maps. When you make an inline image as a hyperlink, the entire image is linked to the same destination file. However, HTML also allows you to divide an image into different zones or hotspots, each linked to a different destination. Jerry is interested in doing this with the current image in the camshots header. He would like you to create hotspots for the logo so that if a user clicks anywhere within the camshot circle on the left side of the logo, the user jumps to the home page. If the user clicks either tips or photo glossary in the logo, the user jumps to the tips page or the photo or the glossary page respectively. Okay, and they show you there what they would like it to do. So to define hotspots, you create an image map that links a specified region of the inline image to a specific document. HTML supports two kinds of image maps: client-side image maps and server-side image maps. A server-side image map is an image map that is defined within the web page and handled entirely by the web browser running on a user's computer, while a server-side image map relies on a program running on the web server to create and administer the map. For the CamShots site, you will create a client-side image map. Okay, and that's defined right there. There's the code for that, where text is the name of the image, and hotspots are the locations of the hotspots within the image. Okay, for example, it might look like that. Okay, in defining a hotspot, there's the code for that. Okay, hotspot coordinates are measured in pixels, which are the smallest unit or dot in a digital image or display. Your computer monitor might have a size of 1024 by 768 pixels, which means that the display is 1024 dots wide by 768 dots tall. Okay, for example, the header for this website for Jerry is 780 pixels wide by 167 pixels tall. When used with the coordinates attribute of the area element, pixels values exactly define the location and size of the hotspot area. Okay, so if you take a look here, they give us the coordinates. Okay, the upper left corner of the rectangle has the image coordinates 235 and 120, indicating that it is 235 pixels to the right and 120 pixels down from the upper left corner of the image. The lower right corner is found at the coordinates 310 and 150. Okay, so you got to have four numbers to tell it where the box begins, two numbers, and then the other two numbers where the box ends. Okay, that's a rectangular hotspot. Defining a circular hotspot, there's the code for that. It's a you tell it shape, circle, and then three coordinates where 80. See, the center of the circle is located at the coordinates 90 and 82, and the circle has a radius of 80. So that's where they get those numbers. I don't know why they have 82 and 82. They must have a typo there. And then defining a polygon, then you have three corners if it's a triangle. Okay, and the shape is a poly. All right, so if you take a look, finally, to define the default hotspot for an image, they show you there, and they give you the different code. The reference there is in the middle of page 106. So let's go and actually do this, okay? In this case, assume that Gary has already determined the coordinates for the hotspots in his image map and provided them for you. He wants you to create three hotspots which are shown earlier in 230. The first is a circular hotspot linked to the home page, and there's the coordinates. The second is a rectangular hotspot linked to the tips file, and we've got the coordinates there, and then glossary file with the coordinates, and that's a polygonal hotspot. So here we go. We're at the home file. Directly below the image tag for the CamShots header image. So I'm going to come up here in the header right here. We're going to insert map name. And I'm going to pause. I'm just going to go ahead and enter the entire code that is in figure 234 on page 107. So I'll pause here and do this, and we'll continue when I'm done. So now this is, here is all of the code that I just typed in. You can double check yours. I'm going to do a Control S here, and I'm going to get into my browser and refresh this page. And well, it's not showing up yet. Maybe we need to do some things yet. So let's come back to Notepad. And we are now, oh, we need to apply an image map. So let's go ahead and turn to page 108, and we're going to add the attribute to the image tag so it knows that there is a map. Okay, so here is the map. So here's the image source tag under header, and after the alt text before the slash, use map equals quotes hashtag tells it to go to the logo map quotes. Okay, and then we're going to save it, Control S, and now we're going to go refresh it. And now, cam shots. We got a hand. That means it's a hyperlink. We click it, it goes to the home page. You're already on the home page. Tips takes us to the tip page. Okay, doesn't do it on this page because it's not, that code is not on this page yet. So let's go ahead and go back to our book. So now, okay, to add the image map to the other pages, return to the tips file in your text editor. We're going to actually do this. I'm going to copy all of the header code, select it and Control C, and then I'm going to, it says to open the tips file. I'm going to right click, open with Notepad, and I'm going to select the header section there and do Control V and then Control S, and I'll do the same to glossary. And then Control S. And now let's come over here to our browser and refresh. And I'm clicking here on cam shots. This takes me home. I click here on tips, takes me to the tips page. Take me here to photo glossary, takes me to the photo glossary page, and now you can see that the code is there for all of them. And so now, just a little insight here. It says on top page 109, the other type of image map you might encounter on the web is a server-side image map in which information about the hotspots is stored on the web server rather than entered into the HTML code of the web page. When you click a hotspot on a server-side image map, the coordinates of the mouse click are sent to the server, which activates the corresponding link, sending the linked page to your web browser. The server-side image map was the original HTML standard and is still supported on the web. However, server-side maps have some limitations compared to client-side image maps. Because the map is located on the server, you need server access to test your image map code. Also, server-side image maps might be slower because information must be sent to the server with each mouse click. Finally, unlike client-side image maps, server-side image maps require the use of a mouse to send the information to the server. This makes them unsuitable for users with disabilities or users running non-graphical browsers. Okay, and they show you the code for the server side, which isn't used very often.